Uh, okay, who was the guy that Jungle Jack beat up?
That was Brandon Cutler, because that's the same person that Darby Allin beat up last week when he showed up.
But that's their friend.
That's to show you how bad Jack Perry is. He'll beat up anyone.
Well, see,
he's a tough guy.
I heard him, folks. If you didn't see this acid flashback of a television show, or maybe you had some Welsh rarebit before you went to sleep, you might have dreamed it. But Jungle Jack was in the back, and now he's fancying himself an actor. He's really dramatically emoting. And a lot of people would think he's mad that Darby Allin hurt Brandon Cutler, the friend and stooge of the Elite and the Buckaroos and everything. But he doesn't give a shit about Brandon Cutler. He's just mad at Darby Allin because of this, that, and the other thing. He does his dramatic reading, but then the camera pulls back, and that's where some guy was laying there at his feet that he'd already beaten up and we're expected to believe was laying there selling for the whole time he'd been talking, but that the cameraman feeding this thing to the truck for national television wouldn't have been slightly concerned he was about to step on a fucking assault victim. And then he picks the guy up and he runs him into a door and a tank of something or whatever. But why would you still, what kind of friend are you? He's still their stooge, or did they write him off finally after 5 years? We don't have fucking, somebody, we don't have to pay him anymore. His jig is up, his job is up, whatever, or everything's going to be fine with him next week when he's doing their camera stooge work or whatever. What is going on here?
He's their stooge, they get beat up. You got to hope it's just that, because the last thing anyone wants is for any kind of follow-up on Brandon Cutler.
Well, but the announcers they just moved on. There's a guy getting banged into the fucking walls, and they moved on to the next segment and never even mentioned Cutlet's name. And did you have any comments on any of this stuff? I'm just getting to this last thing here as quickly as possible.
I repeat what I said last time. Jack Perry couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. It's just completely unbelievable that he's in any way being presented like a badass.
He's got very feminine hips, doesn't he? A thin waist.
Like no waist. It's the
hips.
Waist. It stands out. I think the same thing. He has a thin waist. You're like, give me a fucking break. I would snap him in half.
He might look good in a bikini.
What?
He might look good in a bikini because he has those female hips on him and the thin waist.
All right. Well, maybe that'll be on a special episode of Collision.
I'm just trying to give Travis some kind of material to draw from. Let your imagination go wild, baby. Anyway,